Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to finalize the Prairie Dropseed. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that I scarified and cold stratified the seed for this Prairie Dropseed. And at the same time, I planted these 4 flats and left them out in the cold. All I did was put a lid on these at night and no heat. And if it was getting below freezing, I put these flats on top of the heated flats. I just stacked them right on top of the plastic. And the result is every one of these has grass in it except for 2. I believe it's this one and this one. It's pretty hard to see them. Some of them, it's pretty obvious. And these were planted roughly the same time as these. This little Bluestem. And these are about ready to thin. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. And same thing with these. This is purple lovegrass, which is also a fairly fine grass like this, but it's not as fine as this. I mean, this is really fine grass. So my plan was that on this day, 1 month after I planted these flats, that I would go through, find any empty cells that has nothing started, add a pinch of seed to them, and cover them like I did with these, and those are already grown. This has only been a couple days. I don't think I have any empty cells in this anymore. I went around, there was 10 of them. Oh, here's one right here. But I bet I'll get something growing there real soon. So that's what I'm going to do on these. I'll put some seed in the 2 empty ones, and then these are all going on this heat, which will accelerate their growth. Every one of these is going to go into a pot, and I'm going to let these grow a good while into the summer and make sure they're very well established, have good roots before I transplant them. Almost all of them are going along the ditch on the outside, but I'll have plenty of them, so what, 150 or so. So I can get some here and there in the prairie itself. So today I'm going to add the 2 seeds. You can see my arms are all scratched up from seeding yesterday. There's a lot of gooseberry down there. So I'm going to add the seed in them 2 cells, get these onto the heating pad. The heating pad is going to be turned off during the day today. It's supposed to be 70 degrees. Crazy. So I got to open up the doors and all that stuff as well. But I'm going to take the rest of this seed, which hardly looks like seed. It's probably 2/3 sand and 1/3 seed. But just taking tiny little pinches, that's how many seeds were in each little pinch. So there's quite a few seeds in there. So I got to take these and walk around the whole Prairie Restoration area, and in pretty sunny locations get this stuff planted into the ground. It should do just fine. Also, I thought I was completely out of seed yesterday, but I found these. This is bottlebrush grass, and this was my sample from the first year of little Bluestem. I'm just going to punch this in the ground somewhere, and if it comes up, it comes up. It's 2-year-old seed, so it probably will grow, but whatever. This stuff right here, this is for our garden. Natalie planted this. And these right here are the ornamental peppers, hot peppers. I really like these things. So these are hanging planters. So this is all Natalie's stuff here, which is going to shift over this way. This can be cold at night, and if it's below freezing, just like I did with those, I'll have a cover on it and I'll stack it on top of these. So everything will stay warm that needs to stay warm. So let me get at it. I'm going to add a couple pinches to this and then get all this stuff moved over here. Hopefully the wind will cooperate with us a little bit. It's a bit breezy out there, and this thing makes a lot of noise, this greenhouse. Okay. And these right here are hollyhocks that Natalie planted. Okay. So I actually didn't put those in there yet. I gotta move them. Natalie was doing some cleaning in here, and I told her to just stack them up there, but that doesn't make any sense. That blocks the light, the early light in the morning. Okay, my seeds for today. And before I go out planting, I'm going to have to add a little bit of water to these. Just a touch. Some of these flats like these are really wet, but they dry out so fast, and with as warm as it's going to be today, I don't want to have anything dry up completely and shrivel up. I don't know why this deer jaw yeah, it's heating up real quick. The sun is not even shining yet. It's really heavy fog, or we had really heavy fog this morning, and it's just starting to lift. So once the sun hits this, it's going to be quite hot in here, and I'd like to be out planting these seeds at that time. Okay, I'm going to run around and get stuff that needs watering watered, and then we'll get out and plant these seeds. Okay. Yeah, I am really pleased with the germination rate on this batch of Prairie Dropseed. Last year, I think I only had 4 plants, and by the time I planted them, they weren't much bigger than this right here. That is not going to happen this year. It's a very difficult plant to get started, but once you get it established, it's very tough. And it's a gorgeous looking grass. It makes like a big fountain. So this is really nice that I got all of these. Okay, here are the 2 that I just planted. It's going to be kind of hard to tell them apart. You can see on these where I dropped some seed in there and put vermiculite on top of it. The only really way to tell is once you get seedlings coming up. I don't know if I could even find another one. Well, this one has nothing in it, so I'm guessing that's one of them. But it doesn't look like oh, there's grass right there, so I guess it's not. Okay, so I have all this drop seed to get pushed into the ground. I got to do it in sunny areas, so I'll just walk along the edges of everything and in some of the open areas right over here. And while I'm at it, in between, I'll drop some of this into the ground. This likes a shadier area, and this can go wherever. Okay, so I'm going to put this into a smaller bag to make it more convenient and go get planting. All right, this is going pretty quick. What I'm doing is, so far everything I've planted has been right at the top, say 15 feet, well, and actually down by that stump right there as well, that bigger tipped over stump. So right through here and ending by that little white oak right there. Just pulling the leaves, like right here, off of little spots like this, because there's no grass growing beneath them. And then taking a pinch, thusly pushing it in, and that's about it. And that's about what I have left. So I'm going to take this along the road over here and do them just off the side of the hill, kind of like this. And then I have, 156 seedlings started in there. So I got plenty of this stuff to get a good start on it. So I'm going to also set up a couple control pots of this. I'm going to fill some pots with dirt, put some of this seed in it, and then put it in the same conditions as the stuff I just planted will be. So I'll put it out here somewhere where it's semi-protected but still has basically the same light and everything. So I'll be able to tell when this stuff is coming up, and then I can kind of wander around and look at some of the bare spots and see, like you can see the spots where I put it. It'll be interesting to see if any of it comes up. All right, you can see I got Bluestem right here, so I don't want to plant right on top of that. So I think I'm done in this area. I'll go plant the 2 pots and then head over by the road. Okay, I had a dog and a cat helping me plant over here, which is always exciting. They play this game, well, actually she's not playing right now, where the cat teases the dog until the dog chases her, and she climbs a tree and then takes swats at the dog, and it's all good fun until somebody gets hurt. Okay, hopefully I can recognize these at least until they sprout, and if the other stuff is any indication, it's probably going to be a week, maybe 2, before these sprout. This prairie dropseed is pretty difficult to get growing, but I think it's going to grow. So I got one here, and I am, what is a good marker here? There really isn't one. But I guess I'm about halfway down the road on our property. So got one there, and I went almost exclusively at the top part of the road here. I got a couple spots on this big lump right here, and I think I started right at the corner, and then the area up here where I had the big burn pile last year, I put a bunch of little spots in there as well. And for those of you who are new here, it's just right around that little corner. I'll point it out when I get over there. But first, I have to collect my animals. Cat's with me, but I'm missing a dog. Izzy, come! Izzy, come! Okay, here she comes. She went way to the end without me. All right. So that's about it for the prairie dropseed. If any of that stuff comes up around the corner, I'll show that at that time. I have no idea if any of this stuff will come up or not, but I have 4 full flats of it, so one way or the other, I'm going to get some growing here and all over in the prairie restoration. So I just have a couple more seeds. I'm going to go along the edge of the woods there and push these in, but you don't need to see that. So make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you can follow the progress on this prairie restoration. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.